Hello everyone, Revan619 here. So Owlcat have just released their survey for 1.5, and I cannot stress how important it is that you all fill this out. Basically, this survey is what Owlcat determine what they're going to do in their next updates and how they're going to change the game. So if you want to see something specific for 1.6, you need to put in here. You want to see something specific for the DLCs, you need to do this. So I've currently put it out on the Discord and I've pinged everyone, so all 400 members of my Discord can see that. But for everyone else, I am going to put this in the link for the video. Like I said, I cannot stress how important it is to fill this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on video and talk my feelings through it, and you really should do the same. So I'm going to pop the webcam off just so my little face doesn't distract you, and we're going to look at this. So Lord Captains, with the release of Lex Imperialis DLC, the launch of major update 1.5, we're once again gathering the crew for a community survey. It'll take about 20 minutes. Your insights are invaluable. Your feedback helps us refine the experience, guide future development, and ensure that your journey through the Chronos Expanse grows in the directions of the man most to you. Thank you for taking your time in the perspective, Lord Captain. Your voice truly shapes the future of the Imperium. Honestly, this survey and what gets to the top on Reddit is what determines the balance of the game. Like, yes, I've managed to have a hand in 1.5, but that was just lucky because I got some YouTube numbers. Chances are I won't get that. Yes, we did play. So how would you rate the last major update overall? A scale of 1 to 5 based on changes and fixed improvements. Excellent. I was very happy. I was also heavily involved, so that's why I was very happy. So how would you rate the new NPC portraits? I think Mouse is excellent. I think the Commissar's excellent. I think Clementine's excellent. I think Abel's excellent. So no, I'm very happy with those. Please rate the new Xenos items. How much did you like them aesthetically? General impression. So I actually think these changes are very good. I would like to see more. I actually haven't seen this armor in game. Please rate the new Xeno items mechanically. Yeah, strong. They're good. Actually, average. Well, strong. Some strong. Ooh, that's a hard one, because some of the items, like you get the chest piece, the Hunter Father's armor, it's the best thing in the game, and you get it in Act 2, and there's no reason to take the others, so that's strong, but the rest are fairly meh. So but they are incredibly effective, especially the Drukhari changes and the sniper rifles, so I'm going to say strong. Obviously your opinion is what you want to put in there. As for Ulfar and Spaceman, excellent, fantastic. Loved the Ulfar redesign. Please rate new space items mechanically usable. Strong. They are not overpowered. The kick reset, very good. The rest of it, very strong. New axes and stuff, very good. But you get it too late, so I hope there's going to be a section for that. How do you rate the changes made to Webbers? Very poor. I don't like them. Arc rifles, good. The Drukhari Aldari weapons, pretty good. Excellent update for here. So the Drukhari getting dex to the melee, incredibly strong. That's excellent. But because they've included both, the perception like flat damage to criticals is kind of shit. So that one was very poor, and the other one was excellent. So that's why I've gone to middle. Arc rifles is good, but they are bugged, so they often don't hit. Webbers, their stuff kind of sucks. Plasma, their stuff was really good. How do you rate the new executive attempts to change and rebalance? Strong. So yes. What specific item did you particularly like or dislike? So the Icebreaker Sabatons. Very good upgrade for Ulfar. More items in line to enhance playstyles. Xenos items were middling for some, but very OP for others, like Hunter Father's armor. Still needs updates to operative to best use new Aldari snipers. However, however, new Aldari talent was lackluster, whilst finesse was very OP. Great for Plasma and Arc, but more love needed for Melter and Flamer. So that's where I want to put my focus on there. So that's why I'm going with that. Okay, how did you rate the Origin rework? So I would say the Astral time was good, but it's still once per combat, so it's not the best. Also good here for Minster and Priest, but also once per combat. Excellent for the Commissar because it's multiple use, and excellent for the Navy Officer because it's multiple use. How would you rate the new equipment hiding options on scale? Average, I don't care about that. So again, that's going to be down to what you guys think for that one. How do you rate the experience balance in 1.5? didn't notice any change. If anything, I had more. So yeah, I felt like that the experience rate rebalance didn't really do much. It just made you 15 for Aurora. How's the colonization introduce? Slightly better, but it's kind of powerful. How does the item vendor loot table introduce feel? Slightly better. They're only slightly better. I actually think they're too OP for the colony rework. Please rate the companion starting build changes from 1 to 5, very poor, and 5 excellent. So Ulfar excellent, Urlon very poor, Cassia excellent, Heinrich's excellent, J average. They could have done more. Good for Mazrahai and excellent for Cabela, but these are just my personal opinions. They should have done more with Jay. They could have done a lot more with Jay. Urlon, they didn't even touch. Like, what did they do? They changed 2 dead talents and didn't give him any gear. There's so much more. Have you encountered any problems and bugs with any of the following playing the game after 1.5? Quests, yes. Some of the Act 2 quests don't show. Optimization, game crashes, long time, low FPS. Now, I've not seen that. Mechanics, yep, lots of items there. Yep, lots of issues there. User interface, yep, lots of issues there. Visual animation, yep. Game breaking bugs, yep. Co-op desyncs, yep. Not seen any of these issues, though I do know some of them do exist. But other, yep, Veil bug still present. Psycho staff bugs counting as melee. Some DLC items still don't work, like heavy preacher boots. Yeah, they need to do a balance pass on all the items because loads of stuff just don't work. This comment is an invalid format. We have to take out the comments, I guess. Oh, it's okay, so it's limited by number there. So, well, that's what we can do. What difficulty did you play on? Unfair, of course. It's the only difficulty I play on. How satisfied were you in the game's difficulty at your chosen level? It was too easy. I didn't enjoy it. And I would prefer a greater challenge. This, very important. If any of you guys think that the game's too easy, you need to click that one. Obviously, fill out the form how you want the game balance, but I want a special extra difficulty mode. Do you own Lex Imperialis? Yes. How would you rate the new Familiar's Convictions? Fucking fantastic. Sorry for swearing, audience, but I do think they're absolutely great. I actually haven't played around with them too much, but they do look visually stunning. How do you rate the new Familiar Mechanics? I think they're good. I can't say excellent because I haven't tested them too much, but I do like what they're doing, and I've not heard any complaints. Do you own Void Shadows? Yes. How would you rate Blade Dancer as an archetype changes? Didn't notice, even with nerf, the archetype's still too good. Nerfs were justified. That's why, yeah, even with the nerfs, the archetype is still good. Nerfs were justified. Nerfs justified, they went too far. Archetype was nerfed too much, I don't like it. The nerfs finally made the archetype, it was kind of none of them, really. The nerfs weren't enough. More nerfs! More nerfs. How do you rate the execution archetype change? Archetype was nerfs justified, but they went too far. Ooh, interesting. No, I wouldn't say that. Even with the nerfs, yeah. The nerfs finally made the archetype playable for me. It used to be too strong. No, I agree with that. I think it has been reworked quite nicely. Yes, it still doesn't feel good for an operative, but for like a warrior and a blade dancer, I think it was very much needed. Again, answer this how you see fit. Don't just follow me because that's what I'm doing. Do you own... yes, I played it after 1.5. Oh, do you own Lex Imperialis DLC? Yes, I played it before 1.5. Yes. I purchased Season Pass. Did you complete the playthrough? Yes, so many. Especially which shape did you start playing Lex Imperialis from? Act 1. Please specify what difficulty did you select for... Well, unfair. How would you rate the Lex Imperialis DLC after the post-release changes? Excellent. I'm very happy with it. I actually think it was good. Like, yes, it wasn't as fantastic as the previous one, but I rate it very highly. Please rate the following aspects of Lex Imperialis DLC on a scale from 1 to 5, where 1 is very poor and 5 is excellent. New companion. Good. I liked him. Though his build is what stops him being excellent. Dialogue and storyline, I thought was good. New archetype. There was new archetype Overseer, of course. This, very good. I like the locations. New battleground encounters, I like that. Visual enhancements, combat effects, cutscenes, yep, loved all of that. Reactivity, average. Tone of voice, good. Yep, I thought that was good. Animations, pretty good. New space encounters. Hard to say, I didn't notice any new ones. Oh, of course. It was the Heartless. Hard to say, I don't know. Difficulty balance of the combat encounters, poor, too easy. Shields were excellent. Shields were excellent. And the shotgun update, excellent. Just fantastic. So DLC, Solomon. How would you rate Lex Imperialis companion Solomon on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1's very good? So the companion's mechanics, skills, abilities, potential builds. Poor because they locked him to not having dash and they locked him to not having the movement upgrade, so that's why I think that's kind of bad. Companion's attractive narrative wise, I actually think he's an excellent character. The effectiveness of the companion in combat is good. Companion's romance, hard to say, didn't do it. Companion's visual, like, fantastic. I think he's one of the best looking characters. What aspects would you consider the most determining factor on whether you like a companion or not? Okay, so combat effectiveness right at the top for me because I'm that guy. Availability to romance right at the bottom. Yep. Exclusively unusual character. That's not really important. Attention to players' actions reactivity. Yep. Storyline. Yep. Yep. That's how I do that. If you'd add another important factor, describe it here. Needs dash in his base build and the firearm mastery upgrade to shoot and move. He would be a 5 for me if he had those. Please rate the difficulty of Lex Imperialis DLC encounters. How do they compare difficulty encounters in the game and base game? Easier. I found them too easy because they nerfed it. Please rate the armors and the visuals aesthetically. I think they're fantastic. I do like them, and I like the lightning effects they added. Please rate the items from Lex Imperialis DLC mechanically. Strong. I wouldn't say anything's overpowered. Let's have a real deep think. Strongest things in the game: Malpain Shroud, Invigorating Resolve, base game. Rock Swords DLC 1. What else we got? Overseer, pretty good. I wouldn't say OP, but pretty good. Psychers, base game. Vigilant, strong, but that's not the items. Mechanically, yeah, no, I think the arbitrators are all strong. That's like the best non-psycho one. So let's have a look. Imperialis DLC. How would you rate the overall Overseer archetype and Lex Imperialis on a scale of 1 to 5? Visual details and animations. I really like them. General impressions, good. Combat effectively related to other archetypes, pretty good. Law and flavor, excellent. Complex, unique mechanics, very good. Roll effectively, very good. Satisfaction leveling up and gaining new abilities, kind of poor because it doesn't progress your character, it progresses separately, so they kind of don't interact with each other enough. I would have much preferred that the upgrades would be to you personally and then it would impact the pet in some way, but that's just me. Accessibility for new players and unfriendly. Hard to say, I have no idea. You guys need to tell me how that is. How important are these factors for the archetype appealing to you? Role efficiently, how well it fits in team compositions? Extremely. One of Solomon's biggest issues is the fact that he has to use coercion, so he doesn't add anything there as a non-fellowship, so he actually loses the potential of covering one of the 13 skills for the team. And the fact is that he's agility based or perception based, which 3 other companions covered those checks, so he doesn't fit in the team at all for checks. And combat wise, Solomon's much weaker than, say, Argenta, so you wouldn't ever kick her out of the party to do it, and same with Ulfar. Satisfaction from gaining new levels of abilities, yep, that's very important. Law and flavor, moderately. Combat efficiency relative to other archetypes, very important for me. Complex, unique mechanics, very. Visual details and animations, not at all. I don't care about that. Accessibility for new players and user-friendly, moderately. I do think it should be fairly good for them. Let's talk about Vigilant. Excellent. Subductor, excellent. Cascader, very poor. How would you rate? Yeah, I don't think Cascade is very good and it could do some work. Lex Imperialis to see, how would you rate the Cyber Mastiff's familiar on scale of 1 to 5? So, yep, looks great. Impression's great. Combat efficiency, it's great. After the updates, like before the updates, after the updates. Unique mechanics, yep, they're pretty good. How well it fits in the team, very good. Though it's less for anything that isn't a warrior, but overall, I still really like them. So the Cyber Eagle, visual, excellent. General impressions, average. Combat efficiency, very poor. Just poor, actually. Complex unique mechanics, yep, that's excellent. Roll efficiency and how efficiency, poor. It doesn't add anything to anything that it has available to it. Yeah, the Eagle needs some work. How do you rate the Servo Skull? So visual, fantastic. General impressions, good. Combat efficiency, good. Unique mechanics, very good, though it could use some work. Roll efficiency and the team, also good. The only issue is for Officer, you lose the ability to go first, which is kind of what you want for your buffer, and for Operative it doesn't do enough because Operative is the issue, not Servo Skull. How do you rate the Cyber Raven? Fantastic. 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 The Cyber Raven is OP. Everything's fantastic. So how do you rate the locations? I really like the Palace of Justice. I really like Tassara. I really like the Heartless. Leafus, I wasn't a big fan. Orbital Station, you don't really do anything there. And the odd locations where you meet the Arbiters, I absolutely love the fact when they show up. How would you rate for the characters from Lex Imperialis scale to 1-5, where 5 is really good? So, yeah, Glatoke, fantastic. Maeve's good. Bluff, I don't like Bluff. Governor Roldo, he's good. Inscribia, fantastic villain. Marshal Gregoris, very good. I just don't like it. I don't like the whole court full. His storyline's good, but I don't like him. Don't copy me on this one. How would you rate the new space battles in Lex Imperialis? I still think space battles need a lot of work. Okay, so Lex Imperialis, see animation. So I like them. I know other people don't. Attack skills, I like them. Character idols, yep, I like them. Custom interactions, manipulating objects. It's okay, it can be a bit buggy. Running, walking, it's fine. Taking hits, taking cover, yep, that's all fine. Sound, characters, voiceovers, I really like it. I really like the themes, I really like the ambience, I really like the sounds. I know a lot of other people didn't like the voice actor, but that's just what an English accent sounds like. Like, if you've ever been to London, that's what Antha sounds like, even though it's an American doing it. As a native speaker, his accent didn't bother me. It just seemed to upset a lot of other people. Visuals, the quality and visual content. So new companions, yep. New locations, yep. New characters and portraits, fantastic. Yep. Dude, it was all good. It was all good. The issue was just sometimes balance for me. Have you encountered recent problems and bugs with any of the following whilst playing through? So quest progression and journal errors, yep. Game crashes, not so much. Mechanics, yep. Yep. Not really seen movement issues, though. They sometimes glitch when you load in, so yeah. The rest, no. If you could prove Lex Imperialis DLC, what would you add or adjust? Give melters and flamers same love as plasma. Yeah, that's what I would adjust. Have you already added Dark Heresy? Yes, of course. I hope that it's good, and I haven't encouraged people to buy it if it's not. Thank you, Lord Captain. So yes, that, as little as we just went through with that is actually very important for what Owlcat are going to decide they're going to do. Now, you might look at that and think, well, we didn't really cover all that much, but like I said, especially that difficulty question, that's what they're going to decide on how they do it. And those little survey boxes, like where I mentioned about Operative and stuff like that is how they're going to determine the next update. But yeah, don't have to copy what I did. Do make sure you fill it to yourself. But like I said, make sure your voice is heard. If you want to see updates, you do get it in there. And I'll see you all next time. And hopefully I'll have some new Dark Heresy news. And as you can hear, I'm struggling to keep the YouTube voice, and I'm switching back to my normal voice because it's been one of those days. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.